It's time for the Coach's Corner Show with your host, Pat Disabato.
Hello, welcome to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza, over 20 locations throughout the suburbs and city. And I am Pat Disabato of the Daily Southtown, and we are at St. Rita High School, formerly known as my cameraman Gerard Grabowski's alma mater, Quigley South. That was way back in the day. Gerard just started his beard, growing his beard back then, and now it's down to here. That's how long ago it was. So
we never lost a football game.
But you never lost a football game because they didn't have a football program. So welcome aboard. We got a great show for you tonight. A couple guests. Todd Kuska, 22nd year as St. Rita's football coach. That is crazy, man. Time is flying. Mustangs are rolling, man. 5 wins in a row, 6-3. Won the conference. Their sophomores won the conference as well. And got a great team, man. This is a dangerous team in 5A. They're an 8th seed. They open up against 9th-seeded Glenbard South here, 7 o'clock Friday night. Our other guest will be senior offensive lineman Trevor Toby, 3-year varsity guy, all-conference kid, and came back from a major injury last year and is having a tremendous season this year. So, all right, folks, we're going to go to a Beggar's Pizza timeout. Remember, join the Big Cheese Club. Plenty of perks to be had. Lay it on thick. We'll be back.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
Hello, boys. I'm a drop-dead gorgeous pepperoni sausage, hold the vegetables deep dish pizza. Just look at my cheese. Your place or mine. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
What is a Southsider? From 8 to 5, he's a hard-hat, hammer-swinging, God-fearing son of pride and strength. Gives everything he has to get his job done. Then gives what he has left to his family and friends. It's here where he'll leave his legacy. It's here where he'll buy his truck. During the summer clearance event, drive a new 2019 Ram just $275 a month, or get 20% off MSRP at South Oak Dodge Ram.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. If you're just joining us, we are at St. Rita High School, home of the Mustangs. Our first guest tonight, football coach Todd Kuska. You know, Todd's been on probably about 15 times out of the 17 years we've been doing this, right?
Yeah, probably.
Probably, my man. Well,
it's great
when
to be here.
When you're successful like that, hey, you get some love, man.
Yeah.
So, 22nd year, man.
It's been a long time.
You are the elder
I'm legal
statesman.
now. I'm legal now.
Well, you are the elder statesman.
Yeah.
In conference.
Yeah.
You could pick any of those Catholic League, East Suburban Catholic mergers. You're
Pretty much. I've been there.
It's
Been through it all.
unbelievable,
Been
isn't
through
it,
this twice.
yeah.
2 mergers.
It's unbelievable, man. Well, you guys are rolling, man. You're sitting with a 5-game winning streak, entering the 5A playoffs. What has been the key to this turnaround after you started out 1-3?
Well, I think we battled a lot. You know, it was rough. And I told the kids, you know, the first 4 games was probably the 4 on paper hardest games we've played since I've been here. You know, 3 of which on the road.
Yep.
You know, and we had a chance to win every single one of them. And for one reason or another, it didn't happen. So my biggest concern was making sure and keeping the guys together and believing that just keep working hard, keep plugging away, and we can turn the ship around. You know, and I said we can't do it all at once.
Yep.
You know, it takes one at a time. And so, you know, it's a 1-week season, and it's the same thing we're in right now. It's a 1-week season. And our theme is just win the week. Win the week, do what we've got to do, And you know what? And we did. We did that, and we strung some things together.
Where have you seen the greatest improvement from weeks 1, 2, 3, 4 to now?
Well, I think we haven't turned the ball over as much, and we've gotten more turnovers. And that's always a key for everything. We still are a relatively young group. I mean, I think we've got 13 or 14 sophomores or juniors that play regularly. If they don't start, so maturity a little bit, and we start. I mean, you start off 3 to 4 on the road. All top programs.
Yeah, JCA, Richards, Montini, right?
Yeah, it's and Loyola going up there. So, it was rough to start, but we just had to stay together. And this senior class has been through a lot. They regrouped a couple times here, and they did it again. They held it together. Yeah,
well, you mentioned the sophomore class, and one of the best sophomores in the state, Caleb Brown, running back, offers from Notre Dame, Michigan, among some other schools. What is it about this kid? And you've had some great running backs in this in this program. What is it about Caleb that makes him such an elite talent, man?
Well, he's a sophomore. That's what I love about him. But he's got great speed. He's got elite speed, good vision. He's a humble kid. He's physical. For being a sophomore, he is. He's I know he just turned 16 last week or a week ago. But he's very humble. He's physical. And he's got great speed and vision, and with the ball in his hands, he knows how to get things done. He knows how to set things up. But he's a pretty special player, But he works hard and appreciates his teammates, and they appreciate him as well. So.
Yeah, I remember you telling me last year. You said, I have a freshman, and you said this guy is going to be off the charts. He's going to break some records. And the other thing you told me entering this year was, offensive line's a strength, but we need to stay healthy. And for the most part, you've stayed healthy on the O-line.
Yeah, we've been moving a couple parts around every week or so. Nicks and bruises and stuff like that. But we've been fortunate, knock on wood, that we've been able to do that.
Yeah. So. Well, generally, you guys are competing in 7A. This year, you're in 5A.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? And would you prefer to be up in 7A or 8A, or do you feel 5A, this is where you're supposed to be?
I think 5A is pretty tough. Not that 7A isn't, but I think, it's tough. I see some of the road that we've got to go through in some of the other programs and teams, and, we've already played two of the top guys in 5A, and, we won one and we lost one. So, it's a tough conference, or not conference, division rather. I'm excited for it because I've always been a believer in state playoffs and traveling around, and so we're going to play some teams we've never played before.
Yeah.
And so it's exciting, but it's the same thing. It's 11 kids playing football. It's not like we grow our kids bigger here or grow it. So 5A, 6, 7, 8, whatever it is. It's good football, and when you get to the playoffs, you find there's good teams.
Yep.
There's not going to be any games that they're not prepared for and they're not ready to play either. It's right now. It's 1 week season, so we're excited to be back in the playoffs. Whether it's 5A, 7A, we're gonna play our hardest.
Yep.
It's not going to change how we go after each game.
Yep, and right off the bat, because you guys are on this streak and because you're St. Rita, the tradition and history of this program, people look, oh, they're going in 5A right away. They're one of the favorites to win a state championship. I mean, do you feel like that?
Well, I just hope we're favored to win the first game and then the second game. So we don't want to look too far ahead.
And you're an 8 seed. You're an 8 seed,
yeah,
right?
but I like the way we've been playing. I think we're in a good spot right now, but we've got to keep working hard, keep getting better. So it doesn't matter who's favorites to do anything, because I know we weren't favored to do anything at the start of the season, and after the first 4 weeks, we weren't favored to do anything either. So it doesn't matter what's your favorite. It's what you work and how you get it done. So we're just happy to be working this week, and had good practice today, and hopefully we get better each day, and peak on Friday. Yep.
And Friday you welcome Glenbard South. The 9th seed here. What do you know about them, Todd?
Well, we played them once back in, I think it was 2003, in a playoff. So I know they're in one of the divisions or conferences that they play all conference games. So it's hard to get a handle on how they are, just because they don't play any games outside of their divisions. And I know a couple other Catholic schools are playing some of the other teams in their division. So it's a good football team. It's the playoffs. Anything can happen. You've got to be at your best. You got to control the ball. And limit any mistakes that you have, and keep them from big plays. So, but they have some big play capability.
Yep. Well, you talked about your schedule and how difficult it's been this season, but is it weird for you not to have Mount Carmel or Brother Rice on the schedule? And do you want to? I mean, if you stay in this situation with the conference, do you want to try and maybe make it a non-conference game against one of those guys?
Definitely. You know, it's our schedule this year was pretty rough. You know, and you know, same thing going on next year. We still got to find a couple games, but playing Mount Carmel, playing Brother Rice have always been something we've done. It hasn't worked out in the last couple of years through division changes and things, and that wasn't our decision, you know. But we'll be playing each other soon enough, you know. And whether it's in playoffs or in you know the next season, you know, divisions from this conference are going to switch around and change and stuff. So if not, we're going to be looking to make things happen. But it's got to fit with the schedule as well, because we've got a pretty brutal schedule next year, even without our you know things being set in early on. So we're gonna get back to those. It is kind of weird, you know. We've played Mount Carmel more than I think anybody, you know, and Rice has been a long time rival as well. But it's different, you know, and we don't want to get too far away from that, so either of our schools kind of forget that,
right?
You know, so I've been very fortunate. I've played in that rivalry. I've coached in it as an assistant. I've coached as a head coach, and you know, I've actually coached against Jordan over at Mount Carmel too. So you know, and I'm sure he's anxious to get back into the rivalry too, and so it'll come about.
It'll happen sooner rather than later, right?
Yeah.
And you know, our next guest, your senior offensive lineman Trevor Toby. I mean, the kid come back from a major injury, man. What type of inspiration? You know, 3-year starter, offensive lineman, has he been to this team?
A huge inspiration, you know, because they saw how much he worked, and they saw, you know, last year. I remember exactly when he got hurt, and you know, limping off the field, and you know, coming back to play for us, you know. And I told him back then, you never have to worry about your toughness ever being questioned. You have a torn ACL and you're playing football, you know. And it got to the point where he couldn't do anything anymore, and you know, that's fine. You get the surgery, let's take care of it, work hard, and he did, and he came back way earlier than he was supposed to, and he was squatting and doing things in the weight room in May and June that it wasn't supposed to happen, you know. So the guys have seen that, and the guys have seen that, hey, hard work pays off, you know, and if you really get after it, and that's kind of the way we've modeled our season. You keep plugging away, keep working hard. Things don't always go your way in life. It's what you make of those, you know, hardships and how you treat them, and he handled his very well, you know, getting back, and he's having a great year for us, all conference season, and the guys have rallied around that and seen how hard that is and how hard we struggled early on, and they've been working and plugging away, and here we are.
Yeah,
you know,
5 in a row, man.
Conference, right?
Winning conference and 5 in a row, and here you go into the postseason, man. No one wants to see those 6-3 Mustangs. That's 6-3. Throw that record out the window,
everybody's
man.
0-0 right now.
Everyone's 0-0, man. But you got that 5-game winning streak. That's a beautiful thing. You're heading into the postseason, man. All right, Todd. Thanks for coming on board again, my man. Good luck the rest of the way here. All right.
Thank you.
All right, folks, we're going to go to Lisa Thomas Salon timeout. Remember, 3 locations, Mokina, Orland Park, Tinley Park. When we return, senior offensive lineman Trevor Toby will be our guest. Stay tuned.
At Lisa Thomas Salon, we think loving yourself and your selfie starts with the perfect stylist. That's why we've assembled an amazing team, each with a unique passion for beauty, providing the perfect combination of innovation and experience. Then adding just a little bit of fun. For hair, skin, nails, and makeup, no one does beautiful like Lisa Thomas, because life's too exciting to settle for the same old thing. Schedule today at Lisa Thomas Salon, a Redken Elite partner with 3 area locations.
Bob's Auto Body and Repair in Blue Island has been prospering since 1968 when Robert Warniak Sr. opened a business. Bob's goal? To go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. Whether it's a small ding or a major collision repair, Bob's has a trained technician and state-of-the-art equipment to meet the high standards their customers expect and that Bob's demands. Bob's also offers complete mechanical services for your automobile, from an oil change to brake repairs. Mention this ad, Bob's will detail your car for free with any auto body work or give you a free oil change with any mechanical work. Bob's Auto Body and Repair, Blue Island.
If you're suffering from physical pain, nothing else matters. The one thing that should is Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, because experience never mattered more. Serving the community for 25 years with over 90 years of combined orthopedic experience, our fellowship-trained surgeons provide individualized care to those suffering from orthopedic pain. We deliver comprehensive care from diagnostic to surgical to rehabilitative services, all under one roof in each of our locations. Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, bringing university-level orthopedic care close to home.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. All right, our next guest tonight, senior offensive lineman Trevor Toby. Trevor, how's it going, my man?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well, and we should make note that this young man, 3-year starter, was named All-Conference recently. So that's a great honor, man. Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so let's rewind to going into week 5. You guys are sitting 1-3. What's going through your mind as a 3-year starter and a senior here?
I just knew that we were going to get through it. I figured, we went through a rough patch, and Coach Kuska sent us a message after the Montini game and said how, those 4 games were probably the toughest 4 games he's ever had to start a season with. Yep. And how he knew that we had a good group and that we could get through anything. And past 5 games, we've got through anything.
You got through everything, that's for sure. So were you concerned that that kind of eased you guys a little bit, hearing those words?
Yeah, that eased us, I feel like. Because, Coach Hughes has been here for a while. He's been through good seasons, bad seasons. He knows what a good team is, and he thought that we were a good group. So I figured that him saying that meant a lot to us, that we could get through this as a team.
Absolutely. So what was it about this team, this group, that was able to fight through that adversity early on, Trevor?
I just think how well-rounded we are. The offense, it picks up the defense. If the defense is struggling a little bit, same way offense is still struggling, 3 and outs, defense picks us right back up. I think we're really together, too. I think we have a lot of guys that our group is juniors, sophomores, seniors. We're together, we're like a family. Yep. And we pick each other up when they're down. We celebrate when we're having a good time. And, I think we're just a really good team, and we're really good. We're
good really bond,
together.
Huh? Good bond, good chemistry, huh? Yeah. All right. So last year, man, you horrific injury on your left knee. You need surgery, and the toughness this kid has, he gets injured in week 2, partial tear of the ACL, you rehab for 3 weeks, you come back, and then unfortunately, you tear it completely and you undergo surgery, but he comes back 2 months earlier than expected. Being able to have this type of success now going into the playoffs, how gratifying is it for you for everything you've gone through, man?
It's great to see that, all our hard work, our entire team over the summer, waking up early and lifting, everything. It's great to see that we're coming together. We're in the playoffs. Hopefully we're going to make a run. And it makes me grateful for all the seniors last year that stick through the prep pool and had give everybody extra reps and everything. And it makes us as a team just grateful that we're where we're at and that we can make a run if we just stick together and keep doing what we're doing.
That's for sure, man. So as you're going through this rehab, which is, it's an arduous rehab, I'm sure you had some ups, you had some downs, but what was it that kept you motivated and kept you saying, I gotta push ahead here, man?
It's just the talent that we had. We knew that we were going to come back with a lot of special pieces and that we had the potential to win the conference, which we did. And we knew that if we stuck together, we knew that if we fought every single game, that we could do great things. And I think especially just the bond. Yep. It just made everybody want to work harder, make each other better, and that's how we're a good football team right now. Yep. And we're playing great. So.
Okay, and college-wise, you're kind of up in the air a little bit yet, huh? You got some visits planned at some smaller schools like Loris. And
I'm heading over to St. Ambrose this weekend.
St. Ambrose, yep.
And hopefully I go to Loris next Saturday. Yep. So,
You got some options, man.
I got some options,
You have some options. And, we should give a little props of your toughness because you got some Blue Island blood in you, man.
Yeah, I do.
Your father, Wally, man, a friend of mine, we go way back in Blue Island, tremendous hockey player. And as we get older, the stories get, instead of going around 1 or 2 defenders, now your dad's probably telling you he went around 4 or 5 defenders to score a goal. Yeah. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give him his props. The dude was legit. He can play some hockey. And he grew up, Hart Park in Blue Island and kind of cut his teeth. And I will say this, though. I played D, and we were on some men's league teams together. you give the puck to your old man, you weren't getting it back. He was taking it to the net. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds like him.
That sounds like him. All right, my man. Well, thanks for coming on board.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
And good luck the rest of the way,
Thank you.
man. End of senior season, something you guys can look back on and 20, 30, 40 years from now, man, and be proud of it.
That's what we're hoping to do. Thank you.
That's awesome, man. Okay. All right, folks, we are going to go to an athletic, sports, and orthopedic physical therapy time out. 2 locations, Oak Lawn and Orland Park. When we come back, talk a little bit about the playoff picture. There's some very interesting matchups, and we'll have some players of the week, too. Stay tuned. Athletic Sports and Orthopedic Physical Therapy is a 2,200 square foot facility that includes the latest in rehabilitation equipment, including the HydroTrack underwater treadmill. All therapists at Athletics are experienced and offer hands-on treatment for patients that require such therapy. Whether it's your feet, ankles, knees, hips, lower back, shoulders, elbows, wrists, neck, or jaw, Athletics is here to help. We at Athletics understand you as a patient have the right to choose where you receive treatment. Ask your physician if Athletics, with locations in Oak Lawn and Orland Park, is right for you.
What is a Southsider? From 8 to 5, he's a hard hat, hammer swinging, God fearing son of pride and strength. Gives everything he has to get his job done. Then gives what he has left to his family and friends. It's here where he'll leave his legacy. It's here where he'll buy his truck. During the summer clearance event, drive a new 2019 Ram just $275 a month, or get 20% off MSRP at South Oak Dodge Ram.
Whether you're in the mood for a Chicago-style hot dog, Italian beef sandwich, Philly cheesesteak, or charbroiled cheeseburger, Joey's Red Hots has you covered. In the mood for something lighter, Joey's Salads promises to hit the spot. Looking to cool off on a hot day or after a workout? Joey's refreshing homemade Italian ice will satisfy. Come check out Joey's Red Hots at 17400 Wolf Road in Orland Park or at 115th Street and Western Avenue in the Beverly community, where they're open until 5 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. No matter which location you visit, Joey's Red Hots promises to provide exceptional tasting food at an affordable price. All right, welcome back to the Coach's Quarter Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. And I'd like to thank St. Rita football coach Todd Kuska, senior offensive lineman Trevor Toby for being our guest. Good luck to the Stangs the rest of the way. And there's some really good matchups. In total, out of the 256 teams that qualified for the high school football state playoffs, 27 are local. And we got some teams that could make a run, including St. Rita in 5A. But in 8A, Lincoln Way is the number 3 seed at 9-0. They open up against Plainfield South, 5-4. Interesting potential situation for East. They may be playing Homewood Flossmoor, a conference foe who they beat earlier in the season. That could be a quarterfinal matchup. HF opens up against Curie, but that could be interesting. And Marist and Brother Rice, both at 5-4. They're not 5-4 teams with the schedules they've played, and they could make a real run. Brother Rice is on the top of the bracket. They can probably get to the quarters to the semis maybe if they get some breaks. And Marist, man, I'd watch out for Marist. They're flying, coming off that big win on Saturday, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But watch out for the Red Hawks. In 7A, Mount Carmel's got a great path, especially if this Chicago Public Schools strike stays and Phillips is out. That could be a potential quarterfinal matchup, Carmel and Phillips. But without that game, man, the Caravan have a really nice path lined with gold to DeKalb on the weekend of November 29th and November 30th. They open up against my alma mater, Eisenhower. Great to see the Cardinals make the postseason at 5-4, but the party's over at Mount Carmel Friday night at 7. Andrew, great win, man. They lost a heartbreaker to Lockport in Week 8. They bounced back Week 9 and beat Bolingbrook. Big win for Andrew. They host Lake Zurich Saturday night, 5 o'clock. Thornton, watch out for the Wildcats. They got Pekin. The rest of the 7A, I don't see anything major happening. I think TF South will pull off a win. Revis has a tough go at Normal Community. Lincoln Way West, they could win by forfeit over Phillips in Thornwood and Batavia. Thornwood's done. 6A, good matchup, local matchup, Saturday, 2 o'clock. I'm going to be at that game, Bremen and Crete-Moni. Warriors are rolling, looking to get back to state. Richards opens up against Washington. Got to like the dogs there. Lamont's a sleeper, man. They open up against Springfield, but they're 7-2. Both teams 7-2. The Indians are a team to keep an eye on. Providence, banged up Providence, has to go to Norman West. Not an easy place to play. Shepherd's going to Peoria. And Morgan Park, man. you're almost better off if you do strike, because then it'll save you a trip down to East St. Louis. 9-0 East St. Louis team, this is supposed to be like a powerhouse of powerhouse teams. So save yourself that trip and that agony and just stay on home. And then 5A game, I'm going to Friday night, which I think is one of the best matchups in all the classes. St. Lawrence at Hillcrest, man. 5-4 St. Lawrence coming off a huge win over De La Salle, 43-0 on Friday to get into the playoffs. And then you get Hillcrest 8-1 in Country Club Hills. Friday, 7 o'clock, going to be a great game. We talked about Rita, and I like Rita to go a long ways here too, man. I think they've got what it takes, good blend of sophomores, juniors, and senior leadership to go a long way. Don't be surprised if they get to the state championship. Same with Joliet Catholic, not as deep as last year, but they're a team to watch out for. And Evergreen Park, they're not going to beat Sycamore. And Marion Catholic's got to go to Sterling. Number 1 seed is Sterling at 9-0. Nice rebound for Marion Catholic to make it to the postseason, but it's sayonara probably. All right, the Labriola Bakery Cafe Golden Baguette Player of the Week. We're going to go off the grid and go with boys golf. Lockport senior Ben Sluices won the Class 3A state championship for the 2nd consecutive season. That's hard to do. Only the 9th kid to ever do that, consecutive seasons winning the boys state championship. So we're going to hook them up with a $25 gift card as compliments to Labriola Bakery Cafe. And Elisa Thomas Salon Teen Club Player of the Week. Shelby Stephanon at 8 Kills leads Sandburg to its 10th conference championship in 11 seasons with a win over Lincoln Way East. We'll hook her up with a nice gift card, compliments of Lisa Thomas Salons. All right, we're going to Labriola Bakery Cafe timeout. We return high and tight.
Looking for a unique dining experience with incredible food? Then check out Labriola Bakery Cafe. Opened by Rich Labriola, Chicago's premier artisan baker, you know they'll have great bread, but you won't believe the rest of their menu. Wood-fired Neapolitan pizzas, fresh pasta, and their world-famous Richie Burger. There's also homemade gelato and, of course, their famous bread. Labriola Bakery Cafe and Neapolitan Pizzeria, conveniently located in the Oak Brook Promenade.
At Lisa Thomas Salon, we think loving yourself and your selfie starts with the perfect stylist. That's why we've assembled an amazing team, each with a unique passion for beauty, providing the perfect combination of innovation and experience. Then adding just a little bit of fun for hair, skin, nails, and makeup. No one does beautiful like Lisa Thomas, because life's too exciting to settle for the same old thing. Schedule today at Lisa Thomas Salon, a Redken Elite partner with 3 area locations.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. All right, time for High and Tight, sponsored by Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, 2 locations, Orland Park and Oak Lawn. All right, the key here is never underestimate your opponent. Case in point, Marist. 4-4, had to go out to Loyola on Saturday, in Wilmette, 1 o'clock game, tough place to play, as Lincoln Way East. They dropped an 8A semifinal game to Loyola last year, an unbeatable Lincoln Way East team that everyone thought was unbeatable. Marist goes up there and beats them 14-6, gets into the playoffs, and now watch out for Marist. Hayden Mikesell, senior quarterback, rushed for over 111 yards, had an 84-yard TD. Amari Watkins, the running back, over 100 yards. So they had a great game plan, run the ball, eat clock, keep Loyola's offense on the sideline, and they pull off the win. And Andrew, coming back, beating Bolingbrook after a tough loss to Lockport. Never underestimate your opponent. Have a good week. Get out to a playoff game. We'll see you next week.